Hey, it's Russ. Marketing ideas that work. And it's a Tuesday. Once again, it's Tuesday. And Agency 258 is out and about. Marian's in Houston, Texas. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, actually Sun City, Arizona. And we are excited about the opportunity to share information with you. And I just wanted to talk a few moments about what is taking place. I know that there are so many business owners here in the market that, are out there and waiting, standing by, hoping somebody will see and ask them, hey, can I buy your stuff? And I'm guilty of the same thing, watching my phone. It's like, oh, will my phone ring? It's not ringing. And we just created a blog post that might help that change, that evolution of being seen, being heard, being talked about. Agency 258, we talk about this all the time. Marian goes out and speaks. We share classes. We talk to a lot of individuals and be seen, be heard, be talked about. Large corporations are always out there. They're spending billions of dollars a year just to make sure that their brand is in the community, right? Being out there. You have to be out there. And so one of the things that we did on our last blog post, agency258.com/blog, if you go there, there's a blog post that talks about getting listed in your local directories. And some of the things that we're talking about here are simple, easy to do tasks. Take a moment and generate a couple of local listings for your business. Yelp is a good place to start. We recently expanded in Arizona, so I'm going through that process right now. It was suggested I create a few videos. Maybe I'll knock a few of those out, share them in that blog post. I think that would be an awesome idea. And I think that it would be valuable to be able to identify some of these things that are simple tasks that you can do to help your business grow. It doesn't require you spend a dime. I could sit here and say, hey, you need to hire us to do some of the stuff for you or help you through this. It's not required. Just read our blog. It's simple tasks that you can do. And it's just as simple as replying to people that are talking in your community. That's why social media works. It's not because you're out there on social media and people are calling you and expecting to have a conversation. It's social. That means it's a two-way conversation. You build a relationship by listening to listen, not listen to be heard. There's a difference. So as we grow through this process, and yes, I said grow through this process because it is an evolution. When you're first starting out, you're so excited about everybody, and you have my baby's the most beautiful baby in the world, and I just have to get it out there, and everybody's going to love it. Then you realize that, well, what you created may not necessarily be what people want. So you have to go through the process of identifying what people are looking for and how they can find you. It's a two-way street, listening and sharing, finding out what people want, provide that help. It's a very simple equation. I have failed at it many times because I create stuff that I want to create, it scratches my itch. And not everybody is the same way. So, you have to discover that process. And getting out there, listing your business on some of these directories for free. Agency258.com/blog and the blog post is out there. So, one of the things that we can do is we can really go down that list. There's 25 sites that you can share your business on. There's actually more out there than that. Some of those are like Angie's List if you're not a contractor or working on homes and houses and construction. It may not be appropriate for your listing. However, who's to say? I just wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to understand that these sites are out there and they're available to you. So go there. I listed the top sites of for traffic in the U.S. And let's just let me see if I can do this. I want to share. I think I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. Share screen. So let me go to this blog post. Let's see if I can broadcast this with you, okay? Because it's important and we want to do this. All right, so I'm going to go here. I'm going to share this screen. And if you haven't had if you haven't been on Crowdcast, you need to be on Crowdcast. Okay. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to highlight this. Unfocus. I'm going to focus this now. And I'm going to change this to the blog post. Now check this out. Be seen, be heard, be talked about. This is what we talk about all the time. So I'm going to go to this, building and measuring your online impact. So how do you get found? Well, a lot of the places, if you're in business, you need to start with Facebook. Facebook is the #1 traffic provider for businesses in the U.S., in the country. Second on the list, surprisingly, because I hear a lot of people hammering on Twitter and saying, why would you want to use Twitter? Why would you want to, why, blah, blah, blah. Twitter's still a great place, and now they're a news source. So share information that is newsworthy to your community about things that they want to hear, that they want to know about, that they want to understand to help them grow, help improve their business, right? So think about this, the top 5 U.S. social media sites. So this is one that kind of surprised me when I was doing this research, and I think it makes a lot of sense, is Reddit. Reddit is a great community for discovering what people are asking for. They really have a lot going on in the niches. To about any topic that you're interested in, go in some of these forums, observe what they're talking about, find out what their pains are, kind of, don't be obnoxious, but ask questions, answer questions, interact, discover what the pains are, and figure out what you can do to help them out. Instagram, it's also owned by Facebook. So, it's a visual platform, and you can actually, it's very active, and a lot of people are growing their business. They're building influence in the market with Instagram. So take into consideration what Instagram can do for you and how that impacts your business, right? So Pinterest is another one that is really, I'm not necessarily real active on Pinterest. I like Pinterest. I've never stuck around long enough to discover all the nuances of Pinterest. There's a lot of platforms out there. There are a lot of people out there that love Pinterest and can share that information. It's not me. However, if you have something and you know about it and you like somebody on Pinterest and you like what they're doing, share it out. Share it with the community here. So my pro tip, though, is for business owners, B2B, and people that are in the business community, LinkedIn is a great place to go. Recently, it was sold to Microsoft for, I don't know, a few $1 billion. And so the business community can really take advantage of the quality interaction. And they've recently added native video to the LinkedIn community. So that's becoming on board. You can publish on there just like Medium and a few other platforms. If you have your own blog or you want to share your blog posts on LinkedIn, it's a great way to become known in your industry for your niche, your products and services. And so do not dismiss LinkedIn as a platform that can help you grow your business. One of our statements is go where the traffic is. And so the top traffic producers in the US, number one is Google. So for your business, anytime you can actually list your business on Google Business and be known for something in the search fields, get some SEO going and working on your behalf, that is an excellent thing to work on. So make sure that you take the time out to list your business on Google My Business. And you can actually click on that and it'll take you exactly where you need to go, just like all of these links. I took the time to make those links clickable. So Facebook, we've mentioned Facebook and the importance of Facebook and why it might be beneficial for you. No, it's not why it might be. It's Facebook is the 800-pound gorilla, and you need to be on there because when clients look at you, that's the first place they're going to search for you. You're going to find people on Facebook, type in your profile or your company name. And if they don't find you on Facebook, there's a lot of time that people imagine that you're not really a viable business because you haven't taken the time to actually interact with your clients or your community. So psychologically, they're saying, "Oh, well, it's like not having a website. Do you have a website?" No. Now there are some businesses that do not have. They might have a sales page or a landing page and be on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and not have a traditional website. I've seen those businesses as well. So. Develop a strategy. Develop your strategy and keep it coming. So this is something that you want to be able to accomplish, right? So let's figure that out and get that going. YouTube is owned by Google. So let's see. Google is number one. Yeah, number one. Now YouTube is also a high traffic site, and it's not necessarily a social site. It's also a search engine. So people say, well, why would I want to be on YouTube? Why would I be? How many times have you done a search on something and in the first 5 searches returned something from YouTube on the subject you're searching for? Yeah. So, this is something you need to consider. So if you want to be able to do this on YouTube, you're going to have to put together a program, develop a plan, and execute. And YouTube can be phenomenal. A lot of businesses have expanded and exploded their market and their reach from a YouTube channel. Now, if you sell products and services and you do physical goods, Amazon, come on, it's the beast, and we know that it's a beast, and there's just no getting around it. You know, Amazon is anywhere. They recently purchased Whole Foods. So the brick and mortar, you know, they're getting out in the brick and mortar and making the difference. You know, I can order something on Prime and probably get it tomorrow. It's insane. So very efficient. And watch the margins. You got to watch the process. Depending on a single source for your business is a dangerous thing, because I do have friends that have been shut down because of a change in rules and regulations or a change in policy. And so, you know, it's all based on strategy. How are you going to position your market, and how are you going to do that? So it has a way of being to your advantage, and can also take you down. So Yahoo, you know, who'd have thunk it? Yahoo is still around. Yahoo is here. You know, it's the number 5 traffic source in the US. So if you're promoting any kind of goods and services, business activity, etc., and they have some sites that are associated with Yahoo, and search and local search as well. So pay attention to Yahoo and get on there. Be seen, be heard, and be talked about. We're going to say this over and over again. You know, this is what we do. This is, you know, we're developing a follow-up program, you know, because so many people, they talk to be heard. They don't talk to listen. They don't listen to discover something. They listen to respond. So when you're developing a sequence, whether it be marketing or a follow-up program, sometimes it takes more than one conversation. Sometimes it takes 10 conversations before people realize, oh, you're trying to help me. Wow, I could use some help. Or, hey, I know somebody that, you know, you've been reaching out, providing valuable information to me for a long time, and I know somebody that might need your services. So let's imagine, if you will, just for a moment, what that looks like. You help people, you keep in contact, you build relationships, and eventually, if they need your services and you have a relationship with them, who do you think you're going to call? Or if they come across somebody that says, hey, I really need XYZ, and you provide XYZ, and you have a relationship with this individual, they say, hey, you should talk to my buddy Russ. He does XYZ, A, B, C, and all that other stuff, right? So think about that. Think about building relationships rather than selling widgets, right? And so here's a list of 25 sites that you can get listed on for your business and generate organic traffic. Most of these are free. A lot of them have, you know, free listings available, and you know, they encourage you to pay, or they might be calling you every other day. I don't know. Go out and discover it. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen? Somebody calls you. Amazing, right? So here's 25, and I linked all of these to the websites and made sure that there's something there. So take advantage of this post and take advantage of this opportunity to actually get discovered. Have somebody talking about you. Have somebody wondering, hey, I wonder if I should call this person. They provide this service. I should call them up. Man, amazing. So a few pro tips. Start local, share the love. Offer value, offer benefits. Get listed on local directories. Find out which local directories are in your neighborhood. Find out which ones are active. And Measure your impact, and we'll be talking about that in a moment. So stay till the end. Adjust your efforts. Some of these directories are not going to provide results for your products and services. They might have a different audience or community, just like I mentioned. Angie's List is more directed at, which they have free listings now. They're more directed at homeowners, trades, and plumbers, electricians, roofers, people that are doing home repairs, maintenance, landscape. And so if you're doing digital products like myself, or you're doing websites, who's to say that those individuals on Angie's List don't need a website? I'm just saying. Or they need a follow-up program, or they need a sequence, or they need social media. I'm just saying, right? So adjust your efforts. Ego versus effort. Now, this is a catch-22 kind of item, if you will. And it's really important that you have enough self-awareness that, and I've been caught in this circle, and it's a lot of it is, hey, I want to get my numbers up. I want to blast my audience. I want to connect with as many people as I can. Well, and I can understand that, and I appreciate that. At some point in time, the effort has to return an investment. People actually have to start, you have to start building that relationship and actually do business. We're all here to do business. Commerce doesn't happen in a vacuum. I can't generate revenue on myself, by myself, for myself. It takes another person outside of my circle of influence here. So go outside, get in the directory, start conversations. One site that I did not mention here, and I'm going to do a post on it exclusively, is Alignable. Alignable is a site that's coming up, and it's up and coming, and it's very local. And I'm kind of I'm testing it out, and we're testing a lot of these things out. And so I want to make sure that I kind of dig a little deeper into it before I share it on this particular post. And I'll be doing another post, another show around Alignable. So stay tuned for that. Follow our blog. You can get our newsletter. If you go to here at the top, name, email, standard obnoxious opt-in, right? So measuring your results. Now here's something that there's a ton of tools out there. I only captured a few of them in order to kind of do a personal reference on what you're doing. And one that has been around for a while and provided a lot of influencers, some credibility and growth, is Clout. Now Clout, you can connect multiple social channels to Clout, and it'll aggregate that and come up with a number. Your Clout score is, it's either 20 or 50 or 60, 80, goes up to 100. So, my Clout's been up and down over the years, depending on my interaction and my reaction in social media, and it measures those results. So the more active you are, the more people share and comment and like your stuff, your Clout score goes up. So it's an indicator of some of the things and the activities that you're taking ownership of and promoting online. So you have to make sure that you kind of understand those rules and guidelines, and there's some benefits and there's some gamification in there. A lot of, the pro is that it gives you an indicator of your activity and a kind of a reflection of your impact on social. The downside is that, some people could game the system. They could share some bots and get some things going on there. But hey, it's just an indicator. It's just a barometer that you can use to identify what needs to happen next, right? So same kind of thing is Cred. Cred's kind of the same thing, only it goes up. The score is different, and they have two scores. Cred score is your influence and the other score is, you know, what people are interacting with you. So it's just something to be aware of. I'm not going to really go into it. And the granddaddy all of them, if you have a blog or you have a website or you have any kind of, not necessarily directly on social media, however, with Google Analytics, you can actually take Google Analytics and you can find out what sources are driving traffic to your website or your blog. So it's great to be able to understand, hey, if you do a post and you do some live video on Facebook and it drives traffic to your website, bingo, you know, okay, I need to do more of that. I need to create some more of that. So that would be a good thing, right? So let's stay in tune with what the data tells us. Remember, ego versus effort. Listen to the data. So be seen, be heard, be talked about. Social media is an interactive platform, not a broadcasting platform. All right. So that recaps this blog post of the week. Our newsletter comes out every Monday. Blog post is released every Monday. We're releasing our show every Tuesday. You know, Harvey interrupted us a bit, so we're back on track. We're getting there. I relocated and expanded to Arizona, and a few things are happening. If you have questions, please contact us. You know, track us down on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. Make sure that we're connected on social media. I'm Russ Johns, Agency 258, and I really enjoy sharing this information with you on a regular basis. So join the show, sign up. We're on Crowdcast. You can go to agency258.com menu, and it shows. You can actually click on that. Follow us on the show, get notified when the broadcast is going to be starting up, and keep it going out there. You know, it's not a bad thing to be involved and engaged in the activities we've got going on. You'll learn something. At least I would think you would want to learn something. But hey, some people just want to be entertained, right? I'll do that too. Well, anyway, I'm going to stop sharing this, come back, and boom, there he is. So, Russ Johns, Agency 258, and you enjoy your day.